Welcome to the Engineering Students and Career Podcast. This is the show where we assist you engineer your future both as a student and a young professional engineer. This show focuses on creating passion for the profession engineering and also how to succeed as an engineer. Your host, Richard Okare. Hey guys, today marks the beginning of this podcast, and in this podcast I really want to give a basic introduction of who I am as a person and who I am as an individual and who I am as an engineer. And also at the end, I'm going to flip this over to you and ask you, what do you want to accomplish as an engineer? Perhaps you're a student, perhaps you're a young professional just starting off your career and a little bit lost, right? In this podcast, we're going to be talking about different ideas on how to succeed as an engineer and to really enjoy the process of being an engineer. Come to think about it, engineering is such a powerful field and also a unique one. It gives us the ability to be able to create things. It gives us the ability to produce things and to be creators in this world, right? So ideally, this is going to sound a little bit ambitious, but why not go for being the best engineer possible and find passion and satisfaction in being an engineer? I think that a lot of engineers are really not happy. Not that they are not happy as an individual, but a lot of engineers haven't really found what it means to be an engineer. And I hope that this podcast really take the time to really articulate what it means to be an engineer and really kind of take ownership of your responsibility to create in this world, because that's what I kind of see engineering as. So a little bit about me is that I've always wanted to study engineering, but my conception of engineering when I was about 10 or 12 years of age, it really didn't turn out to be what I studied in college. So when I was thrown into first year or freshman year, I was pretty much surprised, but in the end, I ended up doing it, and now I can say that I'm a graduate, and also I own a master's degree in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. But that really doesn't say anything about me. I think that being an engineer, yes, you could have a nice title to your name, but it's what you can do as an engineer. And I hope that this podcast is about making you or empowering you to believe that you can do it, right? I think that there's not a lot of information out there for the student who's really working hard to make sure that they become an engineer to the point where they graduate and they kind of feel lost in the world, not knowing what to do as an engineer, right? We want to change that here. We want to empower young engineers and students alike to see that there's a bright future and there's an opportunity to work in great projects and to find fulfillment in the career engineering. I love engineering. People actually think I am a bit of a dosser, but I do love engineering to the core. And I think that at the end, if I don't become an engineer or I choose to change direction, I will always be using my engineering skills, which are, problem solving, creative, and those are things that you want to bring into engineering and use it to its best. So I think that sounds all nice, but how do we become that great engineer is another question. Well, I think one of the things that we need to understand that becoming a great engineer sounds nice, but in practice, we will need to optimize other areas of our lives if we really want to become the top engineer, right? So what I mean by that, we need to take care of other areas of our life so that our career is kind of, as a result, it's kind of flowing out of us, so to speak, right? I know this sounds all abstract, but later on we're going to be diving into most of this stuff, right? Also, if you're a student who are out there really studying some of this maths, then I am going to be doing tutorials to make sure that you take care of your mechanics, take care of all the maths that's involved in that. And also, I hope to be inviting people who are going to come in here and talk about their experience as young engineers and if they've really found passion in engineering and what they find interesting in engineering. Basically, the whole idea is here is that everybody learns from each other, right? And lastly, I want to flip this over to you and really ask you again, how do you want your engineering career to be? And I'm sure that as an engineer, if you put in the work, that you really want to step up your game a little bit. For me, I want to step up my game a little bit, and I hope I can learn from you and then you can learn from me. So it's a win-win and even kill here. So with that said, that's it for this episode, very short episode. Later on, I'm going to be releasing video where we really dive into some of the core of being an engineer. All right, shall we leave it at that? I think so. All right, bye.